Hello everyone and welcome to the course Foundation Engineering. Myself Preeti Singh Patel, Civil Department from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So today I discuss the last portion of Pile Foundation where I discuss what is the group action of Pile. Okay. So here is the list of content. So in today's lecture I will discuss the group action of pile group carrying capacity, pile group efficiency, pile group settlement and negative skin friction. So let's start the group action of pile. Normally or generally a pile is not used singularly beneath a column or a wall because it is extremely difficult to drive the pile or to driven the pile absolutely vertical and to place the foundation exactly over its center line. Okay, so because of it, the pile are generally used in group with a common pile gap, and a group may consist of 2 or 3 or as many as 10 to 12 piles depending upon the design requirement and depending upon the loading condition. In actual practice, the structural load are supported by several piles acting as a group pile. Okay, as I told you, a minimum number of 3 pile is used under a column in a triangular pattern even if the load does not warrant the use of 3 piles. Okay, so when the number of piles required is more than 3, the piles are so arranged that they are symmetrically with respect to the load, and the piles under a wall are arranged on either side of the center line of the wall in a staggered formation. Okay, so the load carrying capacity of pile group is the capacity of pile group is the sum of the individual capacity of pile, but if it is influenced by the spacing between the pile. Okay, so piles are driven generally in group in regular pattern to support the structural load, and the structural load is applied to the pile gap that distribute the load to the individual pile. Okay, so the pile top are connected together to the pile cap, which helps the pile group act as an integral unit, and pile gap may either stand clearly above the ground level or may rest on the soil partially or fully buried below the ground level. Okay, so group action of pile in sand soil. The load carrying capacity of large equivalent pile will be more than the sum of the load carrying capacity of the individual pile in sandy soil due to the densification of soil that occurs during the driving of pile. It means the load carrying capacity, for example, if you have 3 piles and each pile having the load carrying capacity is 20 kilonewton, for example. So the sum of the all 3 pile is load carrying capacity is 60. So in sand soil, he said the load carrying capacity of the large equivalent pile will be more than the sum of the load carrying capacity of the individual pile because due to the densification of the pile. Okay, so the pile group in sand can be finding out by this equation where Qg is the load carrying capacity of pile group, N is the number of pile in a group, and Qu is the and B. In case of clay soil, so when piles are driven in clay soil, there will be a considerable remolding, especially when the soil is soft and sensitive. Okay, so the soil between the piles may heave since compaction cannot be easily achieved in a soil of such low permeability. So in such soil, board piles are generally preferred to driven piles. However, if driven pile are to be used, spacing of pile must be relatively large to minimize the development of the pore pressure. Okay, so there are two modes of failure of pile group in clay soil: individual pile failure and block failure. So the mode of failure of pile group in cohesive soil depends primarily on the spacing of a pile. Okay. For smaller spacing, the pile block failure may occur. In other words, the load carrying capacity of the pile group acting as a block will be less than the sum of the load carrying capacity of the individual pile. Okay, and for large spacing, the failure of individual pile may occur. In other words, the load carrying capacity of the pile group acting as a block will be more than the sum of the load carrying capacity of the individual pile. Okay, so means in clay soil the load carrying capacity of individual pile or block pile, it's depend upon the spacing of the pile. Okay, so the limiting value of spacing for pile, which the load carrying capacity of the pile group obtained from two criteria, block failure and individual pile failure, and are equal to be usually considered to be 3 times of the width of the pile, where B is the diameter of the pile in case of circular pile. Okay, so how we can find out the individual pile capacity and block capacity? By this equation. For individual pile capacity, the equation is QU CNCAP alpha CPD, and for block capacity or for group capacity, QU CNCAG CPGD. Okay, where QU is the ultimate bearing capacity for individual pile capacity, QG is the ultimate bearing capacity for group pile. C is the cohesion. NC is the Terzaghi bearing capacity factors. AP is the area of pile. Alpha is the adhesion factor. P is the perimeter of the pile, and D is the depth of the pile. Okay. For block capacity, C again cohesion, NC Terzaghi bearing capacity factor. AG is the area of group pile. Okay. AP is the area of pile, AG is the area of group pile, C is the cohesion, PG is the perimeter of the group pile, and D is the length of the pile or depth of the pile. Okay. Next topic, efficiency of pile group. So the efficiency of pile group depend upon the three factors: spacing of pile, total number of piles in a row and number of rows in a group, and characteristic of pile like the material of the pile, diameter, and the length of the pile. Okay, so the reduction in the total bearing value of group of pile is more in case of friction pipe, particularly in clay soil. So no reduction in grouping occurs in end bearing pile, and the pile group which are resisting the load by combined action of friction and end bearing, only the load carrying capacity of friction is reduced, and the efficiency of the pile group is defined as the ratio of the load carrying capacity of the pile group to the sum of the load carrying capacity of the individual pile. Okay, so here is the formula for efficiency of the pile group, where eta G is the efficiency of pile group, Qg is the load carrying capacity of the pile group, and Qn is the sum of the load carrying capacity of the individual pile. So efficiency of pile group can also be obtained by using a converse Labre formula. So the formula is this: eta g1 minus theta 90 n minus 1 m plus m minus 1 n m into n, where eta g is the group efficiency of pile, n is the number of rows, n is the number of piles in a row, m is the number of rows, theta is determined by this equation, d is the diameter of pile in case of circular pile, s is the spacing of pile. Okay, generally center to center spacing between a piles in a group is kept between 2.5 times the diameter and 3.5 diameter, where d is the diameter of the pile. Next, settlement of pile group. So that settlement of a pile group is due to the elastic shortening of piles and due to the settlement of the soil supporting the piles. Okay, so it is assumed that the pile group act as a single large equivalent pile block. So due to the group action, both immediate and consolidation settlement values of a pile groups are greater than those of a single pile. For bearing piles, the total foundation load is assumed to act as the base of the pile on an imaginary foundation of the same size as the plan of the pile group. And for friction pile, it is virtually impossible to determine the level at which the structure load is effectively transferred to the soil. So the level used in design is at the depth of the two-thirds the penetration depth for friction pile. So settlement of pile groups in sand, the Scampton gave the equation for settlement of pile groups in sand. Okay. So the settlement of pile group is estimated from the settlement of a single pile as determined as determined in a pile load test. Okay, so the settlement of pile group are found to be many times that of single pile, and the ratio of the settlement of pile group to that of single pile is known by the group settlement ratio. Here is the equation for settlement of pile groups in sand, where Fg is the group settlement ratio, Sg is the settlement of pile group, and S is the total settlement of individual pile. Next, settlement of pile groups in clay. So the settlement of pile groups in clay can be determined by using the equation of consolidation settlement of the soil beneath the pile tip. Okay. In the case of friction pile, the total load is assumed to be act at a depth equal to two-thirds of the pile length, and the presence of the pile below this level is ignored. Okay. So in the case of end bearing pile, resting on a firm stratum, then the overlying soil, the total load is assumed to act as the tip of the pile. Okay. So the load is assumed to be uniformly distributed at the level at which the load is assumed to be acting, and it is assumed to spread at an angle of 30 degree with the vertical or at a slope of 2 to 1 vertical to horizontal. So here is the diagram ki how the load is acting for friction pile and for end bearing pile. Okay, so as I told you, as I told you, in the case of friction pile, the total load is assumed to be act as a two-thirds of the depth of the pile length. Okay, or the presence of the pile below this level, two-thirds of the depth, is ignored. In case of end bearing pile, in case of end bearing pile, which is resting on a firm stratum, then the overlaying soil, the total load is assumed to be act at the tip of the pile, and the load is assumed to be uniformly distributed at the level at which the acting at is assumed to be spread at the angle of 30 degree. Okay, with a vertical or at a slope of 2 to 1 vertical to horizontal. So the total pressure may be assumed to be distributed on a slope of 2 vertical to 1 horizontal for the purpose of computation of increment of stress. So in an approximate manner, here is the equation where this is STHICC 1 plus E naught log P naught plus delta P naught, where CC is calculated by this equation, where WL is the liquid limit of soil, E naught is the initial void ratio, HI is the thickness of the different layer, okay, P naught is the effective overburden pressure at the middle of each layer, and delta P is the increase in pressure at the middle of each layer. Okay, so this equation is applicable for clay soil, finding out the total settlement for friction pile and for end bearing pile. Okay. Next, under-reamed pile. So an under-reamed pile is an cast in situ concrete pile having one or more bulb in its lower portion, that is called bulb or under ream. When only one bulb is used or provided at the bottom of the pile is known as single under ream pile. If more than one bulb is provided at the bottom of the pile is known double under ream pile. Or when two or more bulbs are provided at the bottom of pile is known as multiple bulb under ream pile. Okay. So the diameter of under ream pile varies from 20 centimeter to 50 centimeter, and that of bulb varies from 2 to 3 times the diameter of the pile. Okay, and the length of the under ream pile is about 3 meter to 8 meter, and the spacing of pile may vary from 2 meter to 4 meter. Okay, so the load carrying capacity of under ream pile can be increased by adopting or by providing the different numbers of bulb or large diameter, or by extending the length of pile by making up more bulb at the bottom or at the base. Okay, because when two or more bulbs are provided at the base, it not only increase the bearing capacity but also provide the anchors against uplift. Okay, and under ream pile is used for black cotton soil, where seasonal volume changes affect the soil properties. Okay, so under ream pile are required to be taken down to a certain depth because of the following considerations. The first point is to avoid the undesirable effect of seasonal moisture changes in expensive soil such as black cotton soil. Okay, it means under ream pile is used where the seasonal moisture, a seasonal uh, climate affect the soil property, like winter, rain, in summer affect the subsoil property. In that case, under ream pile is used. Okay. Next, to reach a hard strata. So under ream pile is used when the hard strata or bearing strata is at a greater depth. Okay. Next, to obtain adequate capacity for downward, upward, lateral loads and movement. Okay. Then to take the foundation below the scour level. Okay, so under rim pile is also used where the scouring is a scouring problem. Okay, uh, then they have also been found useful for factory building and machine foundation, and also used under situation where the vibration and noise causes during construction of pile are to be avoided. Okay, so these are the considerations, or these are the circumstances where the under rim pile are used. Okay. So the next construction of under ream piles, the equipment required for the construction of the pile is spiral auger, under reamer, and boring guider. Okay. So spiral auger is used for boring or for making a hole into a ground. Then under reaming is used for making a bulb or under ream, and boring guide to keep the hole vertical. Okay. So here is the construction procedure of the under ream pile. So first the ground is leveled. Okay, the first is ground is level, and the boring guide is used to correctly boring guide is correctly positioned, and then soil inside the round the collar is taken out, and then spiral auger is then lowered into the round hole so formed and rotate, thus making a borehole. And then when the auger becomes full of soil, it is taken out and the auger is again lowered that in that borehole, and the process is repeated. Okay, after that the under reaming tool, this tool under reaming tool attached with the bucket, here's the bucket, at its end is then lowered into the hole with the help of boring guide, this boring guide, using boring guide. Okay, and when pressure is applied on the lower under reaming tool assembly, the blades open, these blades open and cut the soil which drops in the bucket. Okay, the soil drops in this bucket, or when bucket is full, a pull is applied to the handle due to which the blades fold out vertically and assembly is taken out from emptying the bucket, and then this process is continued till the required size of underring or bulb is obtained. Okay. The bulbs are formed or inspected and measured with the help of guide tool. The reinforcement cage, like this, a reinforcement cage is then lowered into the bore hole, and then concrete funnel, using concrete funnel, uh, concrete is gradually poured into the hole and compacted. Okay, so this is the last step. Concrete is gradually poured into the hole and compacted. Okay, so this is how the under pile is constructed at the side. Okay. Next, negative skin friction. So negative skin friction is a downward drag acting on the pile due to the downward movement of the surrounding compressible soil relative to the pile. Okay, means when the soil settles more than the pile, when pile is driven into the soil, due to which the downward drag acting at the pile, when due to which the downward drag acting to the pile, that drag is known as negative skin friction. Okay, so here is the image of for negative skin friction. You can see first is the compressible soil and next is a firm strata. So because of the compressible soil or soft soil or unstable soil, when the pile is driven in compressible fill or compressible soil or unstable soil, a downward soil settle more than the pile, and due to which a downward drag acting on that pile is known as negative skin friction. Okay, so figure shows the pile passing through a recently constructed cohesive soil fill, and the soil below the fill is completely consolidated under its overburden pressure. Okay, so the following are the some of the causes of negative skin friction. First causes is when the surrounding soil is compressible soil or recently filled soil or unstable soil or soft soil. Okay. Next, if the fill material is loose, cohesionless soil. Okay. Then by lowering the groundwater, which increase the effective stress causing consolidation of the soil with resultant settlement and friction forces being developed on the pile, and it also occur when the fill over the peat or a soft clay stratum. Okay, so these are the reason why negative skin friction is developed on the pile. Okay, so the magnitude of the negative skin friction is computed by this equation for cohesive soil. The equation is PCLF, where P is the perimeter of pile, C is the cohesion, LF is the length of the pile, and QNF is the magnitude of or negative skin friction. And for cohesionless soil, the equation is this, where K is the coefficient of earth pressure and tan delta is the angle of wall friction, and gamma is the unit weight of the soil. Okay. So today I stop here with this video. Your pile foundation portion is completed. If you have any query, any doubt, please ask. Don't hesitate. Okay. So today I stop here. Okay. Thank you.